Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that feels like it's straight from the future. We're talking about a totally new way to build software, not just using AI as a tool, but actually partnering with it as a co-developer, right from scratch. Just let that question sink in for a second. If you're a developer, you know the feeling. You got this great idea, but before you can even write one line of code for that cool new feature, you have to spend days setting up the backend, the database, the security, all of it. What if all that heavy lifting just vanished? So here's our game plan. We'll start by looking at the classic full stack challenge. Then we'll introduce this idea of an AI co-developer. You know, every great app starts with a spark of excitement, but that spark can quickly get smothered by the sheer mountain of work that's actually involved. You got to design your database schemas, which can be a huge headache. You need to set up user sign-ins and make sure it's secure. You have to figure out where to store files like photos. We can now use Claude Code to do all that foundational, repetitive, but super important setup work for us. Okay, theory is great, but let's make this real. We are going to walk through a case study where we build a full stack recipe saver app, and we're going to do it with our AI partner Claude Code leading the way. So with this app, users have to be able to save and manage their recipes, upload photos for them, be able to search and filter through everything, mark some of his favorites, and of course, organize them by category. User can sign up, log in, create, read, update, and delete for their own recipes. How do we get from that list of requirements to a working backend? This is where that human AI collaboration just clicks. It all starts with a prompt. Look at this. We're not writing hundreds of lines of SQL code. We're just writing a sentence in plain English. We're describing what we want. A Supabase backend, asking Claude to create a Supabase MCP, which is a model context protocol. It's exactly like giving Claude a set of master keys to an empty warehouse, allowing it to automatically build all the shelves, aisles, and security gates completely by itself. And then we add the most important part. Make sure users can only get to their own stuff. Claude just asked for a token. Once provided, Claude autonomously configured the MCP, building out all the table schemas, row-level security policies, and storage buckets. The AI flawlessly built user authentication, a responsive Tailwind UI, and all the core recipe management features. It really makes you wonder, with Claude handling both the database architecture and the front-end design, what is the human developer's role now? And boom, just moments later, this is what the AI gives us, a complete database schema. It didn't just understand the request, it nailed it. It created a recipes table with all the columns we'd need. An ID, a user ID to link recipes to the right person, title, ingredients, a place for a photo URL. It's all there and it's structured perfectly. And here it has started local server and a working full stack app. But it does bring up a new question, a new challenge. If an AI is writing all this foundational code, how do you document it? How does the next person who works on this project, or even you, 6 months from now, know exactly what was done and why? Well, the answer is a totally new kind of documentation. In this project, it's called Claude.md and PRD.md. We can ask Claude to create both the file. Claude.md defines engineering rules, project structure, tech stack, and PRD.md includes functional and non-functional requirement of the project. So Claude understands the basics for future coding sessions. It's honestly like plugging a permanent memory card into the AI so it never forgets the rules. What does all of this mean for developers? The focus starts to shift away from the manual, line-by-line grind of writing boilerplate code. Instead, the skills that become incredibly valuable are things like effective communication, being able to clearly tell an AI what you need, Then there's prompt engineering, knowing how to ask the right way to get the best results. And finally, and this is so important, verification. You still need to be the architect, the one who checks the AI's work and makes sure it's secure, efficient, and fits into the bigger picture. And that leaves us with this really fascinating question to chew on. As these AI partners get more and more woven into how we work, what's it going to mean to be a great developer in the future? Is it the person who can write the most complex code from memory? Or is it the person who can most clearly communicate a vision and guide an AI to bring that vision to life? Something to think about. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.